blasphemous, but I don't share the same godlike sentiment that many have for Pixar's Finding Nemo. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. The story's strong with a good message of moving on, while subtly telling parents that kids are going to go out and do stupid stuff because that's what they do, it's how they learn. Point being, I'd much rather sit down and view upwards of 7 other Pixar films than that of Nemo. At least, that would have been the case 12 hours ago. But then, writer, director, and Pixar veteran Andrew Stanton came along and really invigorated some steam into the original for me personally. And after watching bits and pieces of Nemo post my Dory viewing, it's clear to me that Pixar is the king of animated sequels. Stanton has given us an outstanding follow-up to his original, and that's what this film should be looked upon as. A follow-up, not necessarily a sequel, but a companion piece that's meant to clear up and close the arc that Nemo left open. Dory. So when we see just how similar things are to that first film, it makes perfect sense as all 3 of our leads needed to embark on their own quests. Nemo and Marlin got theirs in the 2003 classic, and now we see Dory's, who, after discovering that she has actually remembered something about her past linking her to her parents, embarks on an emotional, if not familiar, journey for answers. The voice cast is stellar, with Albert Brooks and Ellen DeGeneres returning to do great work, but the obvious standout is Ed O'Neill as a curmudgeon octopus with 7 tentacles. Eugene Levy also does an outstanding job as Dory's father, in some rather heart-wrenching flashbacks that really bring home the film's message of working through the cards that life has dealt you. Something that Nemo touched on with the whole Lucky Finn ordeal, but now has been shifted to the movie's main focus. And with that, I'm going to give a minor spoiler warning as to what the film's underlying theme is, and how it relates perfectly to our world, as Pixar often does. Jump to this part of the review to avoid learning what I learned before walking in, because while it doesn't completely ruin the experience, I would have much rather discovered this on my own, as I did with Inside Out last year. Disabilities, whether mental or physical or both, are something that is all too real and can be truly catastrophic to one's life. So I will give Stanton major props for creating a way for young children with disabilities such as autism, a guidebook of sorts, to deal with what they have. Something as simple as asking your child who feels alone when kids won't play with them on the playground, what would Dory do? Allows them to say, count to 10, look for something positive in the dark, and just keep swimming towards it. And the same goes for the elderly who have illnesses like dementia and Alzheimer's. In the same way Inside Out taught kids to handle change and emotions with an acceptance, this will give those with disabilities comfort in a way they may not have previously had. But the film's main theme gets the gold for how they show parents dealing with their children, by giving reserved look of sadness and exhaustion in the expressions of Dory's parents really gives a sense of grounded realism to a film about anamorphic fish, and showing the proper way to handle the situation by never giving up. You keep swimming, and you make that trail of shells so Dory can make it home. You help your loved ones through this no matter what, and that's what to take from this film. Not the jokes that sometimes miss their mark, or even the awe-inspiring score and animation that is expected of Pixar these days, but that message, and just how respectful Andrew Stanton and everyone was involved towards it. Just keep swimming. I give Finding Dory an A-. Thank you all for watching, like and subscribe, and what were your thoughts on Finding Dory and its themes? Listen to my weekly podcast Movie Mania with Bandit Incorporated and Trilby/Mr. Tardis Reviews, available on iTunes in the description below. Check me out on those social media sites. Catch you all later, and as always, see you behind the mic.